Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am Colin, definitely not Skeptic. While Skeptic is away taste testing the newest flavors of Windex with the three sovereign citizens we're about to cover, we're going to laugh at them in court. The first one up is Christopher Gray with Judge Perkins. We've seen him before. He keeps coming back. He's the gift that keeps on giving. So Skeptic, purple is always the best flavor. Go with your gut. You know it is. All right, Judge Perkins, let's go.
Mr. Christopher Gray.
Hey, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. What is your date of birth, please? Okay. Would I be correct in saying that you do not want an attorney?
You would be accurate in that assessment, sir.
This is the City of Detroit versus Christopher Gray, case number SP 1357945, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 1191985, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 1629749, counts 1 and counts 2. SP 267865, counts 1, 2, and 3. Appearance. State your name for the record, please.
I'm appearing as Christopher Gray, attorney in fact for Christopher L. Gray under the limited power of attorney. It's a limited appearance made solely to address the jurisdiction and procedural defects of the matter that we have before us. I'm not consenting or to any presumed or implied claims. And what we're looking for is the verified evidence and proper legal process to be adhered to. The notice that we received was insufficient under MCR 1.105J, and it didn't meet the due process standards. The complaint didn't have the essential elements, that the court requires, and it wasn't signed by the prosecutor. So I'm saying that there's no jurisdiction, and I'm asking that the court rule and dismiss it for lack of jurisdiction.
Cited court rule MCR 1. Cite that rule again, please.
MCR court rule MCR 1-208, 1-108. Is that 1-10? MCR 1. Wait, let me have that. MCR 1-105.
MCR, that's construction. These rules are to be construed, administered, and employed by the parties and the court to secure the just, speedy, and economical determination of every action, and to avoid the consequence of error that does not affect the substantial rights of the parties. So I'll deny your motion based on that rule.
Could you explain, Your Honor?
No, I'm not going to explain. I don't answer questions. I ask them. I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. I'm going to give you a $0 bond. If you want to appear before the court on your own behalf, you have to know the rules. And you cited a rule, and I denied your motion on that rule that you cited. Okay.
Well, what I'm asking is your explanation as to why on the record, so that I can address that issue directly, Your Honor.
Well, the explanation, you said that you cited that rule because the court didn't have proper notice, right?
Yes.
All right. So that rule that you read had nothing to do with notice.
But in actuality,
Mr. Gray is struggling hard right now. He tried, he failed. He's not listening to Judge Perkins. He's like, oh, I'm going to figure this out. No, you're not. No, you're not. You cited 3 different rules, and not one of them worked. Just let it go, man. Just let it go.
It does, Your Honor.
Well, that's between, I say that it doesn't. So based on that, I'm denying your motion. You can take it up to the circuit court and appeal my decision if that's your choice.
Understood.
What do you want to do with these cases, sir? You want to offer, or do you want to set it for a jury trial?
I would consider an offer.
Okay, go in the breakout room, Miss Snyder. Mr. Gray is appearing on his own. Oh, she's in. Let me let her speak to the attorney, and I'll put you in a breakout room with the city attorney when she's done. Okay.
Very good.
Let's pass the matter. All right. Did you talk to Mr. Gray?
I did, Your Honor. I sent a chat. He wants a jury trial date with a final pretrial date. We might be able to get rid of some of the charges at the final pretrial.
Can I get a jury trial date for Mr. Gray? Please. All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Gray. Mr. Christopher Gray, I've given you an opportunity to speak to counsel and see if you could resolve the matter. As I'm being told, and I'll let you tell me for the record, that you want a jury trial date. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what happened the last time? So now we're not going to keep doing this. There was a jury trial date on 6/24/2025 set. And
we were looking for. I was looking for notice to some type of notice from the court. I didn't receive that, and so that was.
But we talked about that. Turn your camera on. But you got notice when you left the court room that day, right? When we were on Zoom, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not gonna happen again, all right?
Understood.
So is this New Bedford Street your address now?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right, where are we talking about? You want me to update your address here with the court?
Yes. Can I send that to you?
Send it in the chat, yeah, please.
Yes, sir.
The jury trial date is gonna be August the 19th, 2025. And at 8:30, we'll just have everybody appear at 8:30. I'm gonna set a final pre-trial date. The jury trial date is gonna be in person, jury trial in person. Final pre-trial, all parties must appear, but you don't have to appear in person for the final pretrial. The final pretrial can be on Zoom, but all parties must appear. That includes the officers. And then on August the 18th, that'll be the final pretrial at 8:30.
Understood.
Are there going to be any motions? Let's just set a motion date for let's make a motion date for August the 8th. Motions due August the 8th, 2025, and a response to the motion, if any, will be August the 15th, 2025. I'm waiting on now the new address.
Did you get that?
Yes.
Got it? Okay.
Yes. What I'll do also, what is the zip code over there?
482. 4216.
That's in the city of Detroit.
Yes, sir.
All right. 235. All right, so anything further? Anything further from any other party?
No,
Not for the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
thank you.
Very, very well. All right, Mr. Gray, if there's nothing further, have a very good day. Best of luck.
Have a
to
great
you
one.
guys.
Appreciate your latitude, Your Honor.
Very well. All right, have
Yes,
a good
sir.
day.
All right, so that was it with Mr. Gray. We get a jury trial. That's going to be awesome. I love watching jury trials, especially with sovereign citizens. Judge Perkins, hopefully we get to see it. Now, moving on, we're going to go to Judge Simpson's courtroom with Mr. Magoo, who's also another fan favorite. This guy keeps picking up charges. First, he absconds with Judge Slay. Now he's back in front of Judge Simpson. They have history. Judge Simpson knows exactly who he is, and it ends up exactly like you think it's going to. This one is wild. Let's go.
Okay, here we go. Court does call the case of the people versus Daniel Magoo.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Lottie for the people.
Sir, state your name.
I'm here on a special appearance, Your Honor. Magoo is Easy Elastical Trust, registered in Jackson County, on a case number 2522246.
Okay, is your name Daniel Magoo?
Your Honor, that is the name you seek, and it is copyrighted and trademarked.
Okay, very well. Ms. Magoo, are you represented by an attorney, or do you wish to be represented by an attorney on these matters?
I am not.
Do you wish to be?
No. Not at this time.
Let me then do this. You have two cases before this court, one being the case ending, well, let me give the full case number 25 F40523. In that case, sir, the complaint does allege that on March 27, 2004, you committed the offense of operating while intoxicated. Do you understand what you're charged with?
I do not.
You do not understand
There is
that?
no eyewitnesses or corroborating witnesses at all.
I'm not asking whether or not the proofs are there. Do you understand what you were charged with?
I do not.
Do you understand the notion of drunk driving?
I do not understand how I could be
We've been
charged with
through this
something without a
before on
witness.
your other cases when you represent yourself, so we'll just do it.
Are you talking about the case that's in federal court right now,
You
Your
are
Honor?
before a complaint in that case for a charge of operating while intoxicated, third offense. Because it's a third offense, that is a felony. It is punishable by up to $500 to $5,000, up 1 to 5 years incarceration. The court can order probation, 30 days to 1 year in jail, or at least 48 hours must be conserved consecutively. The court can also order community service, rehabilitative programs. The court can also order your vehicle immobilized, can order you to pay the cost of the prosecution, as well as the cost of any emergency governmental services.
As I am here and as a trust, Your Honor, I am here in exclusive equity.
You count 2 on that complaint is the charge of operating while license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs, and your vehicle could be subject to immobilization.
My license is
Count
canceled,
3.
not suspended or revoked. It
Count
is
3
canceled through the state
on
of
that
Michigan.
complaint
Canceled.
is the charge of escape from lawful custody. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year, a $1,000 fine.
I was never arrested or read any Miranda rights accordingly.
Given that the defendant is talking in English, that he understands English, understands the nature of those charges and what he's charged against.
So malicious prosecution by
wishes
Washington
to
County
represent
prosecutor as
himself.
usual.
Sir, there is great peril in representing yourself. You will be held to the same standards as anybody apply or for.
This is a matter under the Eastern District of Michigan Federal Court. Case number 2511226.
We're not represented by counsel. I would further indicate, sir, that at any point during these proceedings, if you wish to be represented by counsel, you can make that request to the court and counsel would be appointed to represent you. Because of the defendant's conduct in the past in not acknowledging the court and what the court is saying, the court does make the presumption that he does speak English. He understands that. I would further state on the record that Mr. Magoo has been through this process before. He does understand that if he does wish to be represented by counsel, the court would give him counsel or would have counsel appointed to represent him in this matter. In the case 25F30979, in that case, sir, you are before a complaint that alleges that on or about July 3rd of 2025, count 1 is fleeing and eluding 4th degree.
Added on by the
Police
prosecutor's
officer.
office after the
Sir,
fact.
that is a felony, punishable by up
Malicious
to 2 years
prosecution.
incarceration and a $2,000 fine plus court costs, mandatory suspension by the Secretary of State.
My Secretary of
2
State, anything
is
is canceled. I have no contracts with the state of
Vehicle,
Michigan.
that is a misdemeanor.
This is a
charged
matter of
with
trust, Your Honor. This is a matter of trust. I am protected
to
under a
90
trust.
days in jail, a $100 fine plus court cost. Count 3 on that complaint alleges operating a motor vehicle without security. That is a misdemeanor, not punishable by not more than 1 year incarceration and not less than $200 nor $500 fine plus court cost. Count 4 is operating while license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor.
All of my registrations are through the federal government.
days,
I have federal government
$500
registration.
plus
I do
court
not have
costs.
contracts with the
Vehicle could
state.
be subject to immobilization. Count 5 on that complaint alleges refusal to obey refusal to
I have an international driver's
police
permit.
officer.
You don't have federally anything. You might have a passport. I'm sure they took that away from you when you were in felony court with Judge Slay. You probably have a birth certificate and a social security card. That's it. You don't have an international right to travel. That's not a thing in the United States. Unless you come from another country, which you don't. But keep saying that. I would love for you to keep saying that. Just keep saying you're not a citizen. It's going to work out really well for you.
It is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days, $100 fine plus court cost. I would indicate to the defendant the same admonishments regarding the perils in representing oneself that I stated in the other case also apply to this case.
Were you served your
And that
notice
if
and
the
summons yet, Your Honor?
wishes to have counsel appointed, the court would consider or would appoint counsel to represent him in this matter. And he apparently wishes to proceed.
Were you served your notice
Having
and summons
notice
for federal
of
court?
the charges, sir, do you wish to still proceed without an attorney?
I just want to know, where do you get
Do
your
you
powers?
wish
Are
to
you an Article
proceed?
3 judge or an Article 6 judge? Where
Do
are your
you
vested
wish to
powers? Can you
proceed
answer
without
that?
an attorney?
You can't even answer
look
me
it
what your
up.
powers are.
You can look it up.
No, you guys disconnected my access to any kind of law library or anything. You are an Article 6 judge under the Michigan Constitution. You have no authority to deprive me of my
We'll
rights.
see how much authority I have. I will assume that you wish.
This is
to
a matter
proceed
of
without
trust.
counsel. I will assume you wish to proceed without counsel and that you will wish to continue to proceed.
Practicing law from the
until you
bench.
Inform the court otherwise. Ms. Lonnie.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is the court completed the arraignment for the record at this time? on both
Well,
cases?
he had been arraigned. I was just admonishing him of the perils of representing himself and that it requires in part that I let him know what he is charged with. And I've read them kind of in fully, more so than I would have because he refuses to acknowledge those. So I am satisfied that he now knows all of the charges that are against him.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people would like to be heard on bond when appropriate.
All right. What do we want to set this for? Do you wish to have a preliminary examination, sir?
This is a matter of a federal matter now, Your Honor, under case number 2511226, under the Eastern District of Michigan, under the Honorable Mark A. Goldsmith and Magistrate Judge David R. Grand. There is no proceeding here, Your Honor.
There is no proceeding. Oh, there's a proceeding.
Well, malicious prosecution is what the proceeding is.
Okay, very good. Do you wish to have a preliminary examination?
There's no proceeding, Your Honor. This is a matter that should be stayed and
What is
dismissed.
the people's position on whether or not we should set this for a preliminary examination or adjourn the probable cause?
Your Honor, I don't know if the defendant has received all discovery in this matter as he is representing himself, so I would request a probable cause date, potentially.
Because you've got to send it.
Yeah, and who restricted
So,
my phone
probable cause
calls?
Conference, you know what?
Who,
You're gonna have to stop interrupting. I will give you an opportunity. You've been before me before. I will give you an opportunity to say whatever you want to say. But I'm not gonna have you interrupt me, and I'm not gonna have you interrupt the people when they're talking. As long as you were saying.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have to there's video evidence in addition to the paper discovery. I've got to make arrangements with Lieutenant Arnett to work on that. So it may take just a bit longer. I would potentially look at the 7th, maybe, if the court would have entertained that. And then I will wait to be heard on bond when the time is appropriate.
I will adjourn the probable cause August 7th, 2025, 9 a.m. As to bond.
Your Honor, I've been reviewing ex-jail and I wanted to double check if the defendant had been arraigned. It's not clear to me from a couple of different things, but it does appear that he has been set with a $10,000 bond in 25F30979, as well as 25F40523, each $10,000.
Yes.
Your Honor, I do think it's important that the court have some additional information, and I would like to ask the court to revisit the issue of bond. First and foremost, I think it's important the court know that the facts alleged in the newest case, the 25F30979, it does include the fact that the Michigan State trooper who pulled the defendant over noted in his police report that the defendant had a license on his vehicle that indicated he was a diplomat and that he refused to identify himself. He refused for quite a bit of time. Additional units had to be brought to the scene from the sheriff's department in order to, for lack of a better term, deal with the situation. And ultimately, they were able to identify him as the defendant, Daniel Magoo. The concern with that goes along with the other case, which is an OWI. It is charged as a 3rd. I will note that it is a true 4th, to the best of my understanding. So there does appear to be an alcohol problem going on. And I also think it's important for this court to know, because I don't know that the court knows, the defendant has a 3rd new case, telecommunications malicious use with a domestic relationship, that is currently pending as well. He's also been set $10,000, 10% in that matter. But I think—
Where is that case out of?
That case is out of 14B, Your Honor, before Judge Washington.
a co-defendants with the federal case that you guys are both in, and this is a conflict of interest as both of you guys are defendants in my federal case.
Go ahead.
I also understand, Your Honor, that there is a municipal case out of Canton Township that was set for a jury trial in April of this year, where the defendant failed to appear. And there were jurors, there was a veneer that had been brought in. And I bring all of this up to say, Your Honor, that the people are concerned about the defendant's ability to remain law-abiding, because I'll also note for the record that at the time that the new resisting, obstructing, fleeing, eluding case and the telecommunications malicious use case came up, he was in bench warrant status before Judge Slay, is my understanding, for refusing to come after the case here had been bound over, refusing to appear in person. I say all of that to say this: I do think that $10,000 is too low. And I also am going to request a scram tether, because this is an OWI 4th alleged, as well as a GPS tether, given his history of failure to appear and failure to comply with court regulations. Thank you, Your Honor.
Is the bench warrant before Judge Slay still out?
She has bond denied in her case now.
His bond's been denied in that.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Got it.
Oh, that bench warrant is absolutely still out. I think that he might have already seen her. Maybe that's today. I don't remember. It's coming up soon. And yeah, he no-showed on a felony case in front of Judge Slay. He's not going anywhere. And anyone else pay attention to Miss McDuffie behind the prosecutor, Miss Londy? And she was paying attention. She's listening. Like, I remember when I had to fight Eric Martin. You could see it. It was fun to watch. Okay. What is Judge Simpson going to do with him? This one's fun. Let's go.
Anything you'd like to say?
Anything to do with any contracts with the state of Michigan are void ab initio for a matter of law, as I have an canceled driver's license and I have an international driver's permit. And that also relates to the Canton case that they're trying to stick me for a driving unlicensed suspended citation, in which that I have an international driver's permit, making it also void. all of my matters, including the vehicle that I'm registered under, are registered to the federal government, not the state, under the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. All of these charges are frivolous and a part of a long pattern of malicious prosecution by Ms. Londy, the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office, and quite frankly, you, Your Honor.
Hearing argument regarding bond, the court does believe that it was an abuse of discretion given the circumstances of this defendant to set his bond at the $10,000 figure. After hearing argument, viewing the file, the court does believe that not only does the defendant pose a risk to the public,
No
I
victims.
do believe that the defendant is a risk of flight given those circumstances, and has indeed, or at least is charged in this case, refused to obey or fled and eluded.
That was added on afterwards.
Police
The police officer did not report that at all.
The court, given those circumstances, would in each case raise the defendant's bond, grant the people's motion. Defendant's bond in each matter is set in the amount of $50,000 cash here. Thank you.
The tethers I requested, if he is able to post, Your Honor.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you. If everybody doesn't mind, the court's going to take a very brief recess, and then I will come back and we will finish them.
All right.
50,000 on each case. I told you Judge Simpson would take care of it. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Plain and simple. If you would have just stuck with the case with Judge Slay, who knows what would have happened? But he didn't. He absconded, and he caught a DUI plus another case in front of Judge Washington. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. All right, for the next Windex flavor tester, we are going to go to a different judge, and this one is my favorite. This is a formal hearing on a traffic matter. This one actually turns funny. It's not just the judge yelling at a sovereign citizen such as McBoo. This one's funny because the sovereign citizen has a special guest appearance as well. It's good. Judge handles this, but this one's my favorite of the three. Let's go.
Mr. Gonzalez, you're muted. You need to unmute yourself. There you go. All right. All right, let's go on the record in the matter of the People State of Michigan versus Fernando Gonzalez, file 221744ST. Let's have appearances.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. John Duffield to the people of the state of Michigan.
Mr. Gonzalez, to state your name, please. Mr. Gonzalez, please state your name. Mr. Gonzalez is choosing not to identify himself on the record, so we're just going to be proceeding. So I do note that Mr. Gonzalez had a motion for dismissal. I presumed he wished to verbally argue it, although I have reviewed the motion. Do you have any response to Mr. Gonzalez's motion?
Your Honor, at this point, I would ask that the motion be denied and that the proceeding and that the defense trial proceed accordingly. Thank you.
Mr. Gonzalez, do you wish to make any further statement beyond your written motion? Choosing not to respond. I have reviewed the motion and note that there's no basis in law for the motion for dismissal in this matter. All of the arguments are specious, and I will deny the motion for dismissal. Proceeding now. Second. My court reporter advised that Mr. Gonzalez had sent a text that he was not able to get his mic working, so I'm going to back proceedings up a little bit to accommodate that if he would choose.
Your Honor, while Mr. Gonzalez reconnects, the people have one proposed exhibit. Might I get it marked?
Sure.
Thank you.
I keep getting hung up on no cell service
I see
and I'm using Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can hear you. Very good. All right, state your name for the record.
My name is Fernando Gonzalez, living man.
Very good.
I'm here
And we already have
representing my
appearance of
corporate
Mr.
fiction of the
Duffield
exact same name.
in regard to the matter for motion to dismiss,
Did you hear me,
Mr.
Your Honor?
Gonzalez.
Your Honor,
I did hear you identify yourself as Fernando Gonzalez. Thank you. Please proceed with your motion for
Yes.
dismissal.
I'm here representing my corporate fiction of the same name. And I'm here to motion.
Well, you're here
I'm
as,
here to,
no, you're here as Fernando Gonzalez. Because if
Right,
you're
but
not
I'm
here
not-
as Fernando Gonzalez, I will have to issue a bench warrant for Fernando Gonzalez.
you and I both know I'm representing my corporate fiction, the all caps
You
name.
cannot do that. You cannot represent a party other than yourself, sir.
Well, then we got a problem.
You,
under this
you,
part,
and you and
challenge
I both,
jurisdiction.
you and I both know that. So
No, that's
proceeding
not
as
true.
Fernando Gonzalez,
If
do
I
you
own
wish
a
to
name-
address your motion first? Do you wish
If
to
I-
address your motion for dismissal?
Yeah, I would like to challenge
Please do
jurisdiction
so.
like you didn't. I'm here by special appearance to challenge jurisdiction and motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction. I mean, I've all but trademarked my corporate fiction name. You know, we're going to just have to do this again in 6 months once it's trademarked.
Well, that's not true. Your motion is dismissed and denied because it is not based on any actual recognized legal basis. So in regard to the trial,
I object to that.
Okay,
I
that's
object to
fine.
that
You can
strongly.
object. And upon receipt of your judgment, you can go ahead and file an appeal on that if you so choose, but we are proceeding. Mr. Duffield.
Thank you. I would call Deputy Louise Hempston to the stand. Your Honor, would you like me to approach the podium or may I stay at the table through the duration of questioning?
You can remain.
Just have a copy of my.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat, state your name, spell it for the record.
Louise Hempston, Hempston.
Very good. Please proceed.
Thank you. Deputy Hempston, where are you currently employed?
Allen County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you been employed at that location? Or with that employer?
Almost 5 years.
All right, and what are your job duties entail?
Road patrol for the Sheriff's Office.
Do you recall making a traffic stop with Mr. Fernando Gonzalez? I believe it was June of 2022.
Yes, June 26, 2020.
And do you know where this traffic stop was located?
It was on the northbound 131 on the 66-mile marker. It would have been in the Wayland Lake Township. Allen County.
And what was the nature of the stop? Why did you initiate a stop?
I observed a vehicle traveling in front of me. It was going northbound. I was also going northbound. The vehicle did not have a license plate registration attached to it. I could see.
And so you initiated a traffic stop at that point?
Yes, sir.
Did you make contact with the driver of the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Did you ask the driver for their license and registration?
Yes, I did.
Did the driver provide you such documentation?
He
I gotta
told me he didn't
object,
have those
Your Honor.
items. And that's he.
What is your objection?
He's labeling me a driver when he has no proof that I was transporting goods, services, or passengers for hire.
Your objection's overruled. Please proceed.
Thank you. Again, did he provide any the documentation that you requested?
When I asked for them, he said that he did not have them, and then he told me he wasn't driving, he was traveling.
Do you recall what type of vehicle the individual was in?
It was a silver Ford, I believe it was a Focus.
And to your knowledge, is that a motor vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to identify the driver in some capacity or in some way?
Yes, I was. There was some legal documents. The driver would not identify himself, and I attempted to look at the VIN plate on the front dashboard underneath the front windshield, which is obscured by some paperwork. That paperwork for legal documents and identified a person's name. And it also identified an address. I used that address and that name using mean to come up with a name and a picture that identified the same person as was driving the vehicle.
And did you, when that was pulled up in your law enforcement information network, did that include information on whether the individual had a valid driver's license?
Send operator status was denied, suspended. So
did you inform the operator of the vehicle about this?
yes,
All right, and then was the individual whose name you read and who law enforcement information network provided you the information, was that individual Fernando Gonzalez?
yes.
Your Honor, does the defendant have the, at this point, I would ask if the defendant had the capability to turn on his video camera so that the witness would be able to verify whether the person present is or is not that individual?
Mr. Gonzalez, turn on your camera, please.
Is it on? Can you see me?
No, you have it turned off, actually.
Well, it says it's on my end, but I don't see myself.
But you probably,
How's
there
that?
you go. There you go.
If
Yep.
if you were to see this individual again, would you be able to recognize him?
Yes.
All right, do you see that, if you see that person in the courtroom or on
Can I stand
Zoom?
up?
If you were to see that person in the courtroom or on Zoom, please identify them and point out
Yes.
something that they're wearing.
Fernando Gonzalez on the Zoom screen.
Mr. Gonzalez, thank you for turning your camera on. If you don't wish to keep it on, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but I usually like to be looking at the person I'm dealing with in court, but I do need you to take your hat off because we are in court.
I'll take my hat off for $500.
Well, then you can either take your hat off or be held in contempt of court, or you can turn your camera off, one or the other.
I'll turn my camera off. I don't like being told what to do.
I'll take my hat off for $500. Hold on. I'll do it. My hat is not now off for $500. The funny thing is, I took my own hat off. He had somebody reach out and grab his hat. He has someone standing next to him that believes that he is just dumb. I don't know if that's his girlfriend, maybe his wife, maybe just a friend, but I guarantee that this sovereign citizen said, hey, watch me own this court. And then it's not going that way. And the second the judge said contempt, you saw a hand go in and take that guy's hat off. That is hilarious. You're not getting $500 for taking your hat off. But you know what? He was trying to stand for whatever he thought was right. Whatever, man. Okay, let's keep going. That was great.
Okay, very good.
May the record reflect that.
He did identify, yes.
And so you said that this traffic stop occurred northbound US 131 near the 66-mile marker?
Yes, sir.
To your knowledge, is that within the borders of Allegan County
Yes, sir.
in the state of Michigan?
Yes, sir.
And US 131, is that a limited access highway?
Yes, it is.
All right, at this point, Your Honor, I would ask to move to admit the People's Marked Exhibit 1 under MCL 257.204A, given that it is a record kept by the Secretary of State in compliance with that statute, and is a certified copy of such, if I may approach.
You may.
For the record, I would state that I emailed a copy of this document to the defendant at the email address I had on file approximately 25 minutes prior to the start of the trial time.
All right. Any objection to the exhibit, Mr. Gonzalez? No objection, it's admitted. Anything further?
Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness at this point. Thank you.
Mr. Gonzalez, do you have any questions? Mr. Gonzalez appears not to have any questions. He's muted himself, so you may step down.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I do have a question.
All right.
How did we get this far without establishing jurisdiction?
This jurisdiction is established by the Michigan Constitution, and
Did you get the
this is a
paperwork that
duly
I sent?
recognized court of the state. I've already ruled on that motion, sir. If you wish to address it on appeal, you're welcome to do so. We do have a jurisdiction. Any further questions
you
of
don't
this
have jurisdiction.
witness? of this
I-
witness. Do you have any questions of the witness?
Of this witness. No, I don't think I do, other than
All right,
who's
you may
who's
step
the
down.
injured party here? I mean, I would like to cross-examine the injured party, not the police officer that wrote the ticket.
Okay, very good. Anything else you'd like to present, Mr. Gonzalez?
I would like to present the documents that I emailed you earlier with.
We've already
my
established your
FOIA
motion
request.
for dismissal has been denied.
What
If
about
you
the
wish
other
to address
stuff
that on
that-
appeal, if you wish to address that on appeal, you're welcome to do so. I did receive your lien notice. I have no idea what that is supposed to mean. So anything
Well,
else you'd
which-
like to present to the court?
Which question did you have on the document?
I don't have any questions on it. It
Well,
it
if
is
you don't know
meaningless to
what
me.
that document is, then maybe we should.
Well, the document,
pause for a minute
sir,
and
the
figure it
reason,
out, because
well,
You're
I can
fishing
tell
for
you this,
jurisdiction when you don't
sir.
have any,
sir,
and
sir.
Your Honor,
The document,
we can't
the
proceed.
document.
We can't proceed without
All
jurisdiction.
right, I have an
Thank you.
idea, sir. You don't interrupt me and I'll try not to interrupt you. So go ahead and make,
Okay.
if you've indicated that you didn't have any questions, and that's fine. I told you the reason that in regard to that, the notice of lien you sent, it's a meaningless document from a legal point of view. All right? Anything
Okay.
else you'd
I
like to
don't agree.
establish on the record?
Yeah, what about my
Okay,
FOIA
he has
request?
nothing further. You wish
Yes,
to
I
sum
do.
up any arguments you have?
I object.
Mr. Duffield.
You're not letting me proceed. You're not letting me defend
Sir,
myself.
you're not proceeding. You keep saying you want a motion for dismissal, but I've
I
already
didn't say that.
directed
I
that
mean, I
that is
said it was.
denied.
But I asked you, did you read the FOIA request that I just sent you a while back?
Sir, no, I did not read a FOIA request because I haven't received one. So I can
I
tell
sent
you,
one.
and not only that, that would be irrelevant to this proceeding.
How
in
would
any
you know
event.
without
So,
reading it
Mr.
first?
Anything further?
How would you know without reading it first?
Because a FOIA request in regard to this matter, we are talking about a motion, a trial for driving with license suspended. Do you have anything pertinent to that in regard to this trial?
Yeah, the FOIA request that I sent you. Pretty
Okay,
much takes
anything
me out
other
of
than
your
that?
jurisdiction.
Sir, I am deeming that to be irrelevant. You can take
Without
that up on
reading it
appeal as
first?
well.
Without
You can take
reading
that
it
up on
first,
appeal
really?
as well. Well,
So you're
sir,
gonna-
we're on try, you don't file things a moment before a trial and then expect the court to receive it. First of all, we didn't receive it, but in any event, sir, I've already
Well, I
made my
never
ruling.
even-
Do you
I
have,
never
sir,
can-
I'm not gonna argue with you. The
I
matter is,
never,
that is disposed of. You can address it on
that's why
appeal.
we're here today,
Anything-
is to argue. Now,
Sir,
listen to me,
sir, you can
Your
address
Honor.
it on appeal.
Your
You can
Honor.
address it on appeal, sir.
You want to get out of this so bad, you don't even want to fight with me on this, or what? You're
I
just
don't want to
gonna
fight
ignore
with
me?
you at all because that's nonsense. I don't want to fight with you. I have nothing against you, sir. I'm just asking you to proceed with pertinent information.
Well, how would you know if something's pertinent if you don't look
Okay,
at it?
that's enough. All right, any arguments in summation, Mr. Duffield?
Your Honor, my office's obligation is to prove the elements of this crime, each one beyond a reasonable doubt. The elements being that first, that the defendant operated a motor vehicle, which is defined under MCL 25733 as a vehicle that is self-propelled. I believe based on the testimony that the vehicle at issue in this case meets such a definition. Second, that the defendant was the one who operated that vehicle on a highway, US 131 being a limited access freeway with a 66-pound marker. I believe we have.
I object.
Is the only testimony in evidence compels that conclusion. And third, that at the time that the defendants, at the time of the travel or of the driving, the defendant's operator's license was suspended or revoked. We've heard testimony from the deputy that she cross-checked using the law enforcement information network, which showed that the defendant had a suspended or revoked license. Further, we have since procured a copy of the Secretary of State certified driving record that the Secretary of State maintains by statute, which also shows that it has been suspended. So I believe we've met all of the elements of the crime beyond a reasonable doubt, and I would ask that the court find such. Thank you.
Any argument pertinent to the case, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yeah. I thought this case was squashed a long time ago, or else I would have prepared for trial, which I never even consented to last time I challenged jurisdiction. I should get more time to defend myself if this case is going to be going forward without me being able to defend myself. That's not fair. I thought this case was squashed the moment I sent that ticket back with all rights reserved.
Well, that's
With 72
nonsense,
hours,
so that is,
you have nothing to
you've
base
known this
that on
case
other
has
than
been
your-
pending. This case has actually been pending since 2022.
That's not my fault.
Here,
I
well,
rescinded
that
that
is
ticket
indeed
in
your,
72
in
hours.
any
So
event.
your guys'
I do find that
fault
the
for
people have proven their case
honoring-
beyond a reasonable doubt. Please, Ms. Card, go ahead and, well, okay, he stopped. I do find that he's guilty in this matter. Fines are $250, state costs $50, court costs $200, crime victim right fee of $75.
You don't have my consent on any of this.
And $150 in bench warrant fees.
And I want my bail back too.
That would be then a total of $725, and I'll give you 90 days to take care of that.
That's
Is there
not gonna
bond?
happen.
Is there actually bond that's been posted? We have $300 bond. We'll apply a bond.
I object to that.
And we're applying it.
For a victimless crime, that's,
And remaining balance of $425 is due within 90 days. We're all set. We're going to mail out the judgment to you, sir. If you wish to appeal, you're welcome to do so.
thanks.
Exhibit, Judge.
I'm sorry?
Exhibit.
The exhibit's returned to the prosecutor. Court's adjourned.
Thank you.
All right, that is the end of today's video. We just covered 3 sovereign citizens. I hope you enjoyed them. Skeptic, thank you so much for letting me hang out with your audience today. I do appreciate it. I really hope you enjoy those new Windex flavors. I hear they taste great on glass. I wouldn't know. Go ask your new 3 friends that you're hanging out with today. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, leave a dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment below with notifications on so you don't miss any more of our content. I am Colin, definitely not Skeptic, and I'm out. Yeah, I can't do that as citizen.